Welcome to The Perspective, another massive week. Excited to break this down. Breaking company records a couple weeks in a row now, so just excited to get into it.
Yeah, hopefully we can break it again this week, but 136 total deals on the week, our biggest week in company history. Super fun to see, and just really fun to see how that goes and breaks down individually, like you said. So we'll jump into those numbers for sure.
Yeah, the each one of these offices, lead reps, closers, it's getting really, really competitive, and so watch these numbers because you're starting to see each office up level their competitiveness to try and compete with the next. You had Apex all Q1, Q4 of last year, Q1 of this year, dominating. You've got Arbor coming out strong through the summer, so just fun to watch everybody compete.
It's probably a good place to start. We can talk about the top offices and what's going on with that race. Uh, so yes, Apex, people, they've got a target on their back, and people have got some catching up to do. But the last 3 weeks in a row, Team Arbor, I'm wearing the wristband today.
Nice.
They've been the top office in the company for 3 weeks in a row now. They closed out the week with 29 accounts, 29 deals closed last week. Just a phenomenal week. But it's also the landscape of those top offices is getting highly, highly competitive, and so fun to watch to see which week where people are going to place. Maybe I'm getting a little bit overexcited about this, but for me, as the company's grown, this is really the first year where at an office level, the competition will be really exciting, really hot, really tough to go be number one. If there's 3 teams in the company, it's not hard to go be the top office, but you're competing against just a very high level of talent in that management group. A lot of really big offices in the field right now that you're competing with in that group. When you go through the numbers, Arbor, top office, 29 accounts. Another team in the 20s, Apex, right there with 22 accounts closed. Tribus, their first week on the doors. This is a scary group. 22 accounts closed their first week on the doors this summer. And then from there, Absolute, massive week. Team Exclusive. These guys, what? These guys are pest control reps. They don't sell solar. Like what? How are they in the top 5? Seriously, their first full week on the doors, they're out there. There are no experienced solar guys on their team, and they are just making a name for themselves in the solar industry right out of the gates. Like, I cannot tell you how unbelievably impressed I am with Team Exclusive and what they're doing right now in California and LA.
Yeah, those guys are crushing it.
It's awesome.
Yeah, super fun to watch. So watch this. It'll continue to get more and more competitive throughout the summer. Make sure, want to talk through some communication as closers. Make sure you're communicating really, really well as these deals are getting closed, as sits are happening. Just make sure you're reporting back to these lead reps because these guys are out there just dominating right now. I mean, I was like watching some of the group me's and it's like, 50 leads created,
In a
day. And you're just like, these guys are out just throwing down. So as the sits are happening and the closes are happening, report back to those lead reps so they understand, what's working, what happened with that customer. It's just the honestly the best way you can keep those guys motivated.
Yeah, our lead reps, the engine of the business, the foot soldiers of our company, they're out there just grinding like crazy right now and doing a phenomenal job, as you're saying. The thing I loved what Quaid said on our leadership call this morning, even if it's bad news, like you have to have that communication. Quaid was like, look, if you don't communicate, you don't deserve to be a closer, period. Like those guys went and put their heart, sweat, blood, and tears into creating these leads. Literally the least you can do is go communicate and update them on what's happened to that lead. So please make sure you understand that as a closer, if you are a closer at RDX Power, that is your responsibility to go communicate that.
Yeah, don't leave them in the unknown, but absolutely dominating the lead reps, just out there crushing it. Tate Moser once again from the Apex team, the LDM that's out there with 6 on the week, leading the pack. So impressed with him.
Yeah, he's done that month in and month out and continues to do it. Some of the other really cool stories if you go look at those top lead reps. I was out there with him last week, Briggs. He is unbelievable. He's already hit the numbers in order to start self-genning and closing. And his goal right now is to not let any of his current volume of lead creation change at all as he starts to self-gen a few accounts. That's amazing to me. Like, he's that committed to both sides of the process. And he's one of those guys that, once again, is just leading the company right now with appointment setting and setting up that lead for the closer.
Yeah, it's so impressive what these guys are doing. And honestly, the process to get through it, to learn it. So for him to be committed, time on doors is what matters. Time on the doors.
Yep. Well, it's Red Shoe Tuesday. We're in the office filming today. Most of you will be watching it in your office, hopefully on Wednesday. But as a reminder, we wear red shoes on Tuesday. We do that because it is other people in life where you find happiness. It's really serving other people that bring happiness in life. I get reminded of this so often, but it gets really easy to get caught up and carried away in chasing the dollar. And there's for sure an importance to that in life. But like, even in contrast to other countries, America gets so caught up in that becoming the most important thing in your life. And I just fear that then someone wakes up when they're 70 or 80, big giant house, nice car, whatever, and an empty home and a rotten heart, you know? And like, that is not the key to success. It's not the key to happiness. The key to happiness is others over self. Go figure out how to make great money, sure, but go figure out how to really serve people, create value for people, build long-lasting relationships with people, because it truly is other people that matter, and those connections with other people, those relationships that are going to bring you long-term happiness in life.
Yeah, I love that. Part of the NSL, we do the donations for Maloof. Big part of giving back, and that is the reason we do it. It's a core principle of what we believe. That'll happen the last week of May as well. We have the Driven competition, the Race for Vegas going on right now, and then the Curve for all rookies who qualify for that. The Curve lasts 60 days, and you can get swagged out in some gear. So make sure you're paying attention to those NSL competitions that are happening. May is jam-packed. All summer will be jam-packed with competitions, but right now, the Driven.
Yeah, Driven's it. And we should have a video that drops today or tomorrow about the Driven competition. We've got 30 plus teams in it. Last year, I had the privilege of going with the team to Las Vegas, staying at a nice place, going and racing the exotic cars, getting some good food, entertainment. Like, it was just a great trip, and I expect no different for this year. The only difference is this year, there are so many more teams in it. It's way more competitive because of the timing of when the competition's happening. So look forward to crowning that champion as we compete through the Driven competition. That's all we had for you this week. We appreciate everybody. We love you. We hope to see you soon. We have our Red Shoe Tour coming up at the end of May and beginning of June, so we look forward to seeing you guys in the field. Until then, keep it up. We love you. Keep the hustle, and we'll talk to you soon.
Love you guys. Go compete.